Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Silver, almost $27,000 worth in the form of bars and jewelry, was stolen. And we're going to explore that in another crime here, in a continuing saga, it seems. It just goes to show you that, really, these metals are valuable and people realize it, and so they want them. Some of the people want them without paying for them. Let's explore! Yes, this comes to us from tribelive.com, Westmoreland. A McKeesport man is accused of breaking into a relative's home in North Huntington several times since 2018 and stealing a dozen, that's 12 100-ounce silver bars from a bedroom closet and $5,000 worth of jewelry. Cody Kilcrest, of 25, was arraigned before District Judge Wayne Agrongware January 28th on charges of burglary, receiving stolen property, and theft filed by township police in connection with the thefts that allegedly began in October of 2018. Officer Mark Hamilton reported that after receiving the complaint from the victim about the missing silver bars, valued at $21,720, and the jewelry, he began checking area precious metal dealers and pawn shops inquiring about silver bars and jewelry. Hamilton said in court documents that a gold buyers in Pittsburgh shop located in Hempsfield reported purchasing one of the bars in January 2019. Court records said Kilcrest used his driver's license during the transaction that provided his address. During a recent interview, Hamilton said Kilcrest admitted the thefts and said he sold the silver at various locations in the area. Kilcrest also said he stored the stolen jewelry, including a gold ring with numerous diamonds valued at more than $2,500, inside an Xbox controller case in his home. He turned over the jewelry to police January the 28th, Hamilton reported. Kilcrest was released on $5,000 unsecured bond pending a preliminary hearing February the 18th. This goes to show you that these criminals, some may get away with it for a while, but sooner or later they will get caught, and I'm glad that justice is being served in this case for sure. Very, very interesting and to see here, but 100-ounce silver bars, wow. You don't hear about that too often, stealing those kind of bars, because they're a little bulkier to carry around, but nonetheless, people see them and realize the value of them, and they are really small enough to conceal, and so it was done as such. Now, there's another story here from Coin World magazine about some brothers that are being sent off to federal prison for a much more complicated scheme, well thought out, for coin fraud. Two brothers who defrauded some 150 customers of U.S. Coin Bullion LLC of more than $9.3 million have been sentenced to federal prison in order to pay restitution. Salvatore Esposito, 47, was sentenced on January the 10th by U.S. District Court Judge Carlos Mendoza to 7 years and 3 months in prison. His younger brother Joseph Esposito, 43, was sentenced to 5 years and 11 months in a federal penitentiary. The Espositos each pleaded guilty on October the 2nd, 2019, on charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and mail fraud. According to court documents, the Espositos, from 2014, 2 years after the company's formation, through July of 2019, engaged in a conspiracy to defraud U.S. Coin Bullion's customers. Instead of using the customers' funds to purchase precious metals, as had been promised, the Espositos caused U.S. Coin Bullion to use customers' funds to pay other customers, to pay commissions and other business expenses, and to purchase silver for the company itself, according to court documents. The Espositos took out loans to purchase the silver on margin and then used more customer funds to pay the interest associated with those loans as well as storage fees for the silver. When the price for silver fell from more than $35 an ounce in 2012 to less than $15 an ounce during the conspiracy, the company experienced massive losses and had to spend customer funds due to margin calls, according to the documents. To cover up U.S. coin bullion's losses, the Espositos provided customers with false account statements, making it appear that the company had purchased the silver for the customers and not the firm, and that their accounts maintained value despite any drop in the market price of silver. Ultimately, U.S. coin bullion's margins purchases resulted in a loss of nearly all of the market value of the silver that its customers believed they had purchased and held, according to court records. Now, just goes to show you, they went into this and it had caused quite a problem here, obviously, a mismanagement, and they tried to cover themselves, essentially trying to look like a pyramid scheme and what have you, and they got in real trouble and tried to bail themselves out in this way with it. And all this is involving silver. Crazy, that much. U.S. customers of U.S. Coin Bullion LLC, $9.3 million. So it's stealing in a different way. And back to the other story, I'll just show you, storing them in your closet is not a good idea, these 100-ounce bars. I remember I had precious metal stolen from me a time ago, and I did not have the best storage options either. And it's good to be careful with how you and who you tell that you have precious metals, and store them in different locations. In fact, I would even say store them in some place and with someone that you trust, like I do, and I have the luxury of doing so. If you don't have the luxury of doing so, find a very concealed place that you can conceal them that's inconspicuous. Now, the other thing too with this story, another lesson can be learned, is the people who have put their money into silver, until you have it in your hands, you don't own it. If they're storing it for you as an account, can you really trust that is being done? Well, in probably most cases you can, but depending on what emergency can come up, and in this case, the emergency turned out to be the fact that they went under or got in over their head. But if some other emergency were to come up, and you have a custodian holding your silver, especially somebody you don't know and a company you don't really know, let's just say they may sell it or what have you, or that they may guard it, or say, well, we can't do it for security reasons or what have you. You're at their mercy. Third-party risk is what that is. And so there's always kind of a third-party risk in some way with silver and holding silver and gold, because you're at the mercy of whoever is storing it. Like in my case, I'm at the mercy of where I have it stored off-site. So that there is some third-party risk even with holding those metals. But the thing is it takes an incredible amount of trust to do as such a thing. And this person, I trust completely. But in this case, in these cases, and not necessarily the true, especially in terms of family members in this case. So lessons to be learned here. Even a family member can turn on you. And of course that could happen with me too, but you have to come to a point of giving trust and faith, not only in your home security, but otherwise. I think that at least it's in your hands in that regard. But $21,720 in one case, $9.3 million in another case, all that money tied up in silver. And that's where the crime has occurred here with silver. Only one little case with gold, and the other case there, but it was a ring with jewels. There you have it. Post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.